Golf Central, brought to you by TaylorMade.
Give me a data point this week that will be indicative of good, bad, or indifferent. And give me an optic that you'll be looking for with him that you think might be telling.
Well, the one thing I do want to see, of course, is I look at the driver because typically Tiger, at times the driver has been really the Achilles heel of what has kept him from being the prolific winner he was early in his career, at least in this part of his career. But when he drives the ball well, like he did at the Masters last year, like at Zozo, I mean, he is something. He's still the best iron player. And I mentioned Jack Nicklaus is the best iron player in history. It's hard to say Tiger Woods isn't right there nipping at his heels because when you look at the course of Tiger's career, the strokes gained metrics has only been around since 2004, but Tiger was head and shoulders above anybody else. When he plays from the short grass, he is very difficult to beat. And I think Tiger Woods has realized that in this part of his career. It's more important to pick your spots and pick the ball out of the fairway, not out of the rough.
One last thing. You were saying about an hour ago, you were talking about the Farmers Insurance Open, and you thought he played particularly well. I certainly, my layman's point of view, same thing. Part of it is that you could see he was visualizing shots in the air. He was painting pictures before he, that to me, when he's doing that, like he did most notably at Royal Melbourne, it's game on. Exactly. I mean, that's the thing. He still putts beautifully. His short game, there's so many times where you do not see people come back from the abyss of borderline chipping yips. I don't think he had the official yips. I think he was in between release patterns, and he had shaft lean in his chipping that was introduced there later in his career that he had to get back out. It's out now. He's chipping just as, I say, as well as he ever has. So I look at all parts of his game, and, I just think that Tiger Woods at this place, he's going to be a factor every time he tees it up here for the next several years. So he was just leasing the yips. He didn't own the yips. Exactly. That's a good way to put it. Oh, all right. Well, Tiger, yes, he is back at Jack's place, the place that Jack built, Millfield Village, who will win and continue the tradition. The Memorial Tournament, Thursday, 7:15 a.m. Eastern on PGA Tour Live and 2:30 Eastern right over here on Golf. Now, I want you to look at the names on this list, Gary. Okay. When you put your name above Tiger Woods, who's on there twice, and you throw in Ernie and Adam Scott, you're talking about some great iron players, and you just elevated yourself to that level. And I don't see any backing off. Look, he's number one for the season in that category. And you look at how important it is to play from the fairway. He's got a reliable shot like he hit in the second playoff hole where, he hit a little bleeder off the left-hand side of that fairway, just a nice little cut. He finds the fairways. That's the key. And when he does that, he's able to attack these holes with laser-like iron shots. I don't see it stopping. I mean, he's an average putter, but when he putts decent, he's going to win. The tee shot on 14, they made it a drivable four. Justin Thomas had already hit iron, and here's Morikawa. He had just seen Victor Hovland hit a pretty good drive that just was probably 2 yards right, and it trundled down into the water. He gets up there and has the temerity to thread one to 12 feet. I know. Those are the kind of shots you go, he's 23. He's been out there for 10 minutes. I know, but you look at his short career, 24 wins. Only Tiger Woods has more wins in less starts than him. I think of the class that we saw last year, Matthew, of Victor Hovland, as decorated as those players are, and I love both their games, I think Collin Morikawa has the highest ceiling potential. And he's, yesterday I mentioned Justin Thomas, so he's playing with the guy who's 3 up with 3 to go. And not winning is a tough thing. He even said it himself, not closing the deal. What's your takeaway about Justin Thomas this week? You cannot knock the guy and say he's not a closer. I mean, he said the time he had a 5-shot lead at Genesis and lost that, he said that would stay with him a while. This one probably will too. Look, 16 is a very difficult hole. I mean, they made it that way. Jack said 16 used to be a place to just kind of walk from 15 green to 17 tee. He made it much more than a walk. I mean, this is a very, very difficult hole. I think the mistake came at 18 on the tee shot. It just hit it to the right. I guess he was guarding against that little bit of a pull to the left. He's got to put that ball in play. But even that, he said the bunker shot he hit it fat. So, and that happens. You're trying to get it up, trying to make sure that it gets over the lip, and you can tend to hit it just a touch heavy, and that's what he did. And if you remember, it came out 33 yards away, but it only landed about 5 or 6 yards short. Anything short of that green, it funnels down into the bottom of that hill, and that's what happened. But he hit a great pitch.
He had a great putt. And in the playoff, he hit one of the most amazing putts we've ever seen in a playoff in the first one. And he hit a good putt on the second playoff hole. So it just, at the end of the day, sometimes you got to say, I messed up just a little, but I shouldn't have opened the door. But when I did, he walked right through it.
You know, again, you mentioned Genesis, and obviously yesterday, he's going to kick himself 3 up with 3 to go. Tough league. You know, you go out and you rebound the way that he did around the turn and make that putt, and that young man buries one on top of you. Again,
well, he's won 12 times.
12 times.
I mean,
he
you
just
can't
turned
knock
27.
JT for what he's doing.
Can't.
No,
you can't. The FedEx Cup standings through the Workday Charity Open because of his production. Again, he already has 2 wins this season. Thomas is now first. Webb Simpson is second. Sungjae Im third. Bryson DeChambeau is in the field this week. Fourth, Rory McIlroy rounds out the top 5. Now, the PGA Tour officially announced today that spectators will not be allowed at events for the remainder of this season. This includes the Wyndham Championship and the 3 FedEx Cup playoff events, the Northern Trust, the BMW Championship, and the Tour Championship. The next possible event with fans will be the Safeway Open, September 10th to the 13th in Napa, California, that being the last event before the U.S. Open the following week at Winged Foot. So now, through the years, you know, for Tiger Woods, it's been very good to go to Muirfield Village. 1999, Tripp noticed the trophy stadium's the same size. The clothing is getting smaller through the years.
Yes, it is. No question about it. And Tiger Woods, you can see the evolution of Tiger Woods' physique over the course of his career. And, yeah, there you go. Just a little bit leaner. How about that?
Might have been tipping out in 99 at maybe 170.
Maybe.
Probably.
Soaking wet.
Yeah, by the middle of the last decade, or you know, the 05, 06 range, maybe 185. But Tripp, he's got a lot of places that are happy haunts for him.
They do. I mean, good gosh. In the state of Ohio alone has been very good to him. But here you see the Jack Nicklaus, Sam Snead. I mean, and Tiger Woods tops those wonderful players in history.
It's amazing. His career alone in Akron and Dublin would get him on the doorstep of the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely. 13 wins between those 2 places. Not bad.
Not bad. We have not heard him speak with respect to talking to the media in advance of the PGA Tour event in a long, long time. He will tomorrow at 10 a.m. We'll have it for you live. So have a great night. For Tripp, I'm Gary. We'll see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Tiger Woods speaks to the media. We'll see you tomorrow.